Hey Frank, Ben Parker on Three Rivals. Just first of all, just kind of overall opening thoughts on today's game.
Yeah, Ben, appreciate it. Tough loss at home, our first loss of the year at home, so that's disappointing. I thought we had a really good week of practice. I thought overall, give Pitt credit. They're a good football team. I thought defense played really well. Got turnovers, got stops, so I give the defense played well. Offensively, we made some plays in the pass game, but, we came into this game, we know we have to be a balanced team. We have to be able to run the football, and we just weren't able to do that today. And then obviously the turnovers hurt us as well.
Luke Amazing with Stanford on SI. Just what do you make of the quarterback situation tonight?
Hey, Luke. I'll have to look at the film, right? I mean, there's a lot going on out there. We made a few plays. We missed some plays. I've learned over the years, don't just jump the gun on who's, I'm not looking to point fingers. I'm just looking to figure out how do we get better, So we got to go back and look at the plays that the mistakes that we made. We got to look at the opportunities that we missed, and we got to figure out why we didn't run the ball better when we thought we'd come in here and have at least a decent day running the game. So those are the things we got to take a close look at.
Not having Michael Ford out there today, just talk about how much more he was not there last week too, but just the challenge of trying to run the ball when you don't have one of your top backs out there.
Yeah, no, you certainly missed Micah, but I have a lot of confidence in our other guys. So, and I think they've been running the ball well. Certainly always miss Micah. If he's not out there, he's a really good player. But that's not an excuse for us not being able to run the ball better today.
Yeah, Josiah Galvan over the last few weeks has really taken a step up. One of the best defenders on the team for sure. Just can you kind of talk about what you got out of him today specifically?
Yeah, he just super. Ja is really instinctive. He just has a nose for the ball. He understands the game at a high level. He's super tough. He's physical, a great tackler, and just really instinctive to the ball. More than anything, that's what I see in him. He got a nose for the ball, and then he knows how to finish plays.
So what we got at Brandon Nicholson today, 2 interceptions. He now leads the team on the season in that stat. Just talk about what he did well to
get a couple
those
picks, big plays, and he's worked hard. He's a confident player. That's what I love about Brandon. It's tough to play out there. We played some good offenses, but he goes out there every week and fights and scratches and claws, and I was really happy for him to see, the day that he had out there today.
Yeah, Sam Roush had probably his best game of the year. Can you just kind of talk about what you got at him?
Yeah, I mean, Sam had, obviously we had the broken play on the scramble. He made the big play, and several other nice plays. I thought Ben and Elijah did a good job of getting Sam the ball. Sam's a top-notch player. I mean, he is a top-notch player. He can do it all. He can do it all in the pass game. He can run block. He's a great teammate. He's a great leader. So, happy that he had, at least that he's having some production, go his way because he's that kind of player.
Talk about that last drive you got, the touchdown that was scored. Kind of seems like as he kind of got into more of a rhythm, Brown was able to do some good things. Just talk about that final drive that in which you guys scored. Yeah, from
he
Brown,
did.
yeah.
I mean, Elijah, I see that in him all year. I could feel it in his eyes, in his body language out there when he was going in that he was feeling pretty confident. And he did a nice job of just taking what the defense gave him. And, on that last touchdown pass, they really, we're just trying to throw it out of bounds. We got a out of bounds play called just to kind of get the clock stopped and then maybe take a shot in the end zone. But if they want to get greedy and jump the quick out, then Elijah just made a big time throw to CJ. And a credit to CJ because on that particular play, in that particular situation, usually that receiver, isn't full speed. He should be, but a lot of times they're just not. So he was ready, and it was a big time throw and route.
Yeah, Coach, you guys have had a lot of ups and downs this year. Have your goals, week by week, throughout the season, have they been the same? Have they changed,
Yeah, they've been the same. We always have the goal, right? The first goal, first and foremost, is just always like that's a 1-0 mentality, right? All that matters is this is just years of playing football, and no, there is no other mentality, no other approach that makes any sense other than you take each week and say there's one goal, it's to go 1-0. Whether you're undefeated or you're fighting and scratching for a couple wins. That's what good teams do. That's how you build the right culture. That's how you build the right foundation for what you're trying to do. And I think these guys, I think we're doing that as a team. I really think the effort, I think in some ways we're getting better. But obviously today was not our best offensive outing. And, there's, I think, 8 possessions where there's still a 2-score game, and we just couldn't do anything on offense. And so that's a credit to Pitt, and we just have to get better.
Scotty Edwards had a half sack today. I was looking at the stats this morning. He's, I think, number 2 on your team in total sacks at the safety spot. Just talk about what he's been given and what that says to have a safety be number 2. And so when you got a lot of guys that can't get after the quarterback.
Yeah, Scotty, the great thing about Scotty is he can finish. A lot of sometimes, I think Coach Thompson does a great job of using him in pressure packages because he knows that Scotty's a good blitzer and Scotty can finish on the quarterback. And he has that instinct. A lot of times guys can get there, but, quarterbacks can be elusive. But Scotty has a knack of being able to finish on the quarterback. So it's good to see him get that half sack today.
Yeah, what was your message in the locker room after the game?
Yeah, just keep fighting and scratching. I appreciated the effort. It's in the fourth quarter and the game's over, but our defense comes up with a stop, inside the 5-yard line, and our offense drives the length of the field and scores a touchdown. So late in the game, so there was no quit. So I respect that a lot. Told the guys that, and we'll just get ready to go next week. That's what we love to do. We love to go to work. This is a big part of the college experience. When you're at Stanford is, you work hard, man, every week. And all of our goals are still in front of us. A lot of our goals are still in front of us, but that starts with 1-0 this week against Carolina.
So my final question, just talk about the challenge. The defense, to do what they did without Jay Green, without Colin Wright. Just talk about what you guys had to do defensively to kind of adjust with those 2 guys being out.
You're exactly right. Those 2 guys are 2 of our better players on defense, Jay and Colin. And it's just a credit to the whole defense, but especially to the guys that stepped in, but really the whole defense and Coach Thompson and the defensive staff, the players that stepped in. They've been working hard. That's a good thing, because Jay's been injured and Colin's been injured, so those other guys have been getting a lot of reps and taking advantage of it.
Any other questions? Thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
We'll finish today's press conference with C.J. Williams, wide receiver. We'll take questions the same way we did for Coach.
Alrighty, Ben Parker of Cardinal Sports Report on 3 Rivals. First of all, just walk us through that first touchdown you got, kind of a bobbled situation. You held on to it, scored it. Just what'd you see on that sequence there?
Yeah, third down. I think we kind of all know Ben trusts me a lot on third down, even when there may be bracket coverage or a cover 2 man. And he threw a ball that the DB obviously played pretty well. He had great leverage, I think, on the play. He tipped it in the air. And I guess kind of when the football gods are on your side a little bit, the play tends to go your way. So bounced on my hands. I saw the end zone, so I just went. People said I hit a pretty good speed on that right there. So obviously a crazy touchdown. I've never seen that before, but just good football all the way around. So great protection by the line as well.
Luca Mazzi with Stanford on SI. So Coach just mentioned, the resilience of this team. Obviously you guys go down, but to be able to, have that 2-minute drill, get the touchdown, and you were on the end of it. So just talk about, the resilience of this team being able to get that touchdown late.
Yeah, if there's anything I know about these guys in this locker room in just the short amount of time I think I've been here, these guys, they've been through a lot. And with that, they've never flinched. They all came back, obviously, this season ready to bring Stanford to a new level, to elevate the program in better days than they've probably seen in the past. And that just translates to the field, I think, every single time we go out there and play, every time we come out and practice. Like this week in practice, specifically on Tuesday, or it might have been Wednesday, because Tuesday we had a great practice. Wednesday, we were just all over the place, offensively, defensively, and Coach Wright called it up. And in the practice, he told us we got to straighten it out, and it was a bad practice. He could have restarted it, and we all would have understood. But we went to the next period, and it was lights out from both sides, competing at a high level. So I think that just goes to show a little bit of the resilience that comes out in that locker room and every single room that's there.
Let's talk about what you kind of saw from Brown late in the game. Obviously, it must have been fun for you to catch a touchdown, given your relationship, come back to modern day. But just talk about what you've kind of seen from him, growth-wise.
Yeah. I mean, it's been probably, a while since I played with Elijah. I played with him until my senior year, his sophomore year of high school. And I came back here at Stanford, very excited to play with him, if given the opportunity, of course. And then Ben came in and ended up being named the starter. I'm so excited to play with Ben and very, very grateful to play with Ben as well. But even just in my short time being back with Elijah, I think he's matured as a man, as a football player. Like, he makes really good reads. And it's not that he didn't before, but Elijah's thing is that his timing and his ability to go and place the ball where he wants to is at a high level. And I think that just showed on that last drive there. And I've only seen that elevate in my time here. And he did a really good job of grasping this offense, like all the quarterbacks did when Coach Reich came in, because we installed a whole new offense, and he's done a really good job so far. And you love to see that of a redshirt sophomore or just a sophomore in general. Elijah's a younger kid that, I know everyone's really excited about, so I'm excited to see him grow as well as I move on.
Yeah, CJ, you've had a lot of good games this year, but where would you rank this one?
It's up there for sure. Probably not as good as that Florida State game where I probably got less yards, but we came out with the win, right? San Jose State, probably pretty dang close in yards, but we came out in a win, no touchdown, but still, that game's over because we won. That's what it's about, right? Winning football games. You guys know my goals. I want to play football as long as possible with these guys. I love these guys. I really love being here. I love playing for Mr. Luck and Coach Reich, Coach Osborne. So playing for wins is probably above. So there's 3 games, even that Boston College game, right? Caught one ball for 3 yards, had the offensive pass interference on the push-off, which is my fault, of course. That game ranks above these because we won the football game, and wins feel a lot better than losses, of course.
I'm just curious to get your thoughts on Sam Roush and what he gave you guys today.
Yeah. Sam's our leader, and he's the guy that we look to. He breaks in the locker room, and he's the leader of the offense. I think the tight end group as a whole, every meeting we have, every team meeting, the tight end whole group is sitting in the front of the room. And Sam is an elite player. He knows that. Obviously, there's some plays that I think I wish I could have back. He wish he could have back because us being pretty focal points of the offense, we're expected to make those plays and help Ben out, right, and bail him out in situations when we get back in third down. So I know he's going to make it in the future. I know he's going to continue to grow and be better this week in practice, and that's all you can ask for out of your leader because at the end of the day, a leader really does. You don't need to tell him he just messed up. You don't need to tell him that that he dropped the football. He knows. He's harder on himself at that moment in time than I think I would be or his coach would be. He knows, and he's going to come back even stronger for these last 3 games of the season, hopefully 4 games if given the opportunity.
Yeah, there's a famous saying that's you win or you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you guys didn't win today, but I know you learned a bunch. Just what specifically?
Yeah, right. I love the win. You learn. You win. You grow. We're growing. Not only as football players, not only just in the classroom and things like that. We're growing as men with Coach Reich here. We're going through obviously hard moments and really high moments, and all it's about is not going too high with the highs and too low with the lows. We still got to come in on Sunday, no matter what the result was today, and give it our 100%. So I think I've learned to maintain those highs and maintain those lows, and then I think the pure sense of camaraderie, the pure sense of just love, I think in that locker room is something that maybe I didn't necessarily see at previous schools, but I'm glad I got to experience it here, even through the tough times. You know what I mean?
Anything else? That'll be the end of today's press conference. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.